Welcome back to the channel. Can you imagine a roommate that never leaves dirty dishes, actively protects your house, hangs out with your pets, and literally just moves around to see how your day is going? No, I haven't found a perfect human. I'm talking about this little guy. The EBO Max by Enabot. Now, we've all seen stationary home security cameras, and maybe you've seen basic rolling tech, but the EBO Max is trying to shift the whole narrative from passive watching to active caring. And this is not just a gadget, it's designed to feel like an actual living family member. So this is the ultimate companion robot for families, pet owners, and smart home enthusiasts, or is it just a glorified toy? Let's unlock its full features and find out. Let's talk a bit now about the package contents. You get a user manual, of course, the robot itself, a charging base with some adhesive strips on the back, and the power adapter. The manual tells us it's pretty important to have at least 2 meters free space in front of the charging base and 60 centimeters to each side. Also, it's relatively important, if you can, to place the back against the wall. Although it has the adhesive strips, it's best to have this against the wall so when the robot comes to dock, it has something to press up against. Right out of the box, you'll notice the design. It has this incredible tumbler style design, meaning it bounces right back if it gets bumped. And super dynamic animated eyes that give it an instant personality. But the real magic is what's inside. To get started, EBO Max uses V-SLAM autonomous navigation to map your home. It literally rolls around, learns the layout, and creates paths so it can seamlessly navigate around furniture, pets, or stray shoes without getting stuck. When you first set it up, you'll want to map your home, mark any areas that are of interest, name each room, and after that, register your face so it recognizes you, and set up the voice print registration, just like this.
Good morning! The weather is really nice today. The sunlight outside the window feels warm and the aroma of coffee is perfect. I'm your new friend, so please remember this relaxing moment and remember this unique voice. Every voice has its own special pattern, like a ray of light in the... Good morning!
Trust me, taking 5 minutes to do this unlocks the full AI experience. And you don't have to worry about constantly plugging it in. When it starts to run low on juice, it automatically finds its way back to the charging dock. It's completely hands-free. Alright, it's time to talk features now. And the first highlight is multimodal natural conversations. Most smart assistants feel like you're talking to a brick wall. But the EBO Max is different. It doesn't just hear words, it understands context. It combines its vision, voice, and memory to create actual interactions. Let me show you. EBO.
Hello.
Is this shirt proper to wear in an office?
From what I can see, yes, it looks office appropriate for many workplaces. The shirt is plain, clean, and neat, which usually works well for a casual or smart casual office. If the office is more formal, pairing it with tidy pants and clean shoes would make it fit even better.
But it also has voice-activated mobility. If you want it to follow you, you can just say, EBO, come over here, and it utilizes its built-in AI interaction to cruise right over. But it's not just an entertainer, it's a helper. This brings us to highlight number 2, complex task execution. Instead of giving it one simple command at a time, you can actually stack them. EBO,
Hi.
go to the kitchen, take a picture of the dishwasher, and come back to the charging dock.
Okay. I'll head to the kitchen first.
You also get hands-free emergency calls. If you are in trouble, you can simply shout EBO emergency to trigger voice-activated SOS support. And of course, it also features two-way video call. When you're away from home, you can just log into the app and see a crystal clear 4K view, use two-way audio chat to talk to your family or comfort your pets. The coolest part? The longer you live with the EBO Max, the smarter it gets. Highlight number 3 is its long-term memory and adaptive learning. It features visual-based identity memory, So you can tell it, EBO, do you know who I am? And once it confirms, you can set a custom persona, asking it to speak to you in a cheerful or more direct way. It also has interest awareness. It remembers what you talk about most, and then it can create personalized conversations based on the topics you actually like. Lastly, it has spatial habit memory. It learns where your family likes to hang out. For example, it remembers that you usually are on the sofa in the study, so it prioritizes patrolling or visiting those specific areas first. Now, to make sure you're getting the best experience, there are a few important things you need to know about its status light. A white blinking dot means the EBO Max is actively listening to you. A blue blinking dot means it's actually thinking or processing. Something you also need to note about the voice interface: if multiple people are talking at the same time and you're trying to issue a command, it might get confused. It's best to talk just to it in a quiet environment. And something to note about the object recognition: it recognizes best some bigger objects, and it might have issues recognizing smaller ones. So in case you want to ask a question, you need to keep the objects relatively close to the wide camera lens. Let's explore the app now a bit more, see what other features it has. In the main screen, you can see, of course, the camera live feed. There are three options. First one is control, where you can actually control the robot. You then have a camera, where you can set different options from video to photo, maybe recording time lapses and so on. On the bottom, we have the album, where you can see pictures and videos you took. There's also the option here to call, and you can initiate a video call. And in the top right, you can see me. And I'm gonna stop this just so I don't get some echo. Apart from the video call, you can also just have a regular voice call. Test, test, test. And then also call settings. If we go into settings, we can see here that we have scheduled recording. And once you enable that, you can provide full recordings only at the charging dock or only when it's away from the charging dock. You can set a time period with start and end times, and when to be repeated. You can use this as more of a security camera function. We also have here event recording, and we can toggle all of these on depending on what we need. So we have people moving, pets movement, when it sees a face, or some strange and abnormal movement. We can again set a time period for when this task should be scheduled and when or which days it should be repeated. You can also enable message notifications, so you can get notified on your phone when either of these events happen. There are also some eye settings, and we can choose from a lot of different options. Let's see if I can get you a better view of this. As you can see, a lot of customization options. There's also an option to enable personalized display, where the eyes are actually going to be more like a clock. Also in the eyes settings, we can toggle on the eyes turning on between certain hours if a person is detected in front of the robot. We can adjust, of course, the eye brightness and the automatic screen shut-off time. The longer you have this on, the more battery it's going to drain, especially if it's out of the charging station. Also here we can enable Do Not Disturb mode, in which the screens will be off during selected times. There's also options for Wi-Fi management, recharging settings, and we can enable recharging at night to avoid disturbing other people, which I'm going to do. More settings have motion settings here, where we can adjust the movement speed of the robot, the steering sensitivity. We can enable desktop mode here, the detection if the robot was picked up. We can enable anti-collision, which comes on by default, which is good. We don't want the robot to hit any obstacles, and change path settings. There's also a dashboard here, where you can see the number of interactions, how many days you had your EBO robot, and change the other settings regarding user recognition, voice interaction, the long-term memory that I mentioned earlier. You can also clear it here. Adjust the tone.
I contented myself with asking Jem if he'd lost his mind.
Feel the zest of the tropics. Mixed cloth masks are most effective at filtering out larger droplets.
Get crafty with a guide to creative projects, from the research lab to the big industry player.
We see a task list with all the tasks that we enabled or we scheduled with it. And these are most of the settings you have in the app. The video quality and the video transmission, as you can see here in the app, are quite good. In the top left, you see the signal strength, the frames per second, which in this case is 25, and the data rate of the transmission. We have buttons on the bottom to initiate voice or video calls. There's also settings here for the camera resolution. I'm going to turn it on to 4K. And we can enable full screen, so we can see the whole picture. Apart from the functions I already showed you, the EBO Max can do a bunch more, and we can test it out right now. EBO.
Hello.
Tell me something I can cook in 10 minutes if I only have potatoes, chicken breast, and basil.
A quick idea. Basil chicken and potatoes in one pan. Dice the potatoes small. Cut the chicken breast into bite-sized pieces. Cook the potatoes first with a little oil until lightly golden. Add the chicken. Then finish with basil, salt, and a little black pepper if you have it. It is fast, simple, and filling.
Other than giving you recipe ideas, it can also schedule tasks for you that it will carry out without an issue. EBO.
Hello.
Every morning at 8 AM, come next to my bed, wake me up, and remember to go brush my teeth.
What time should I remind you to brush your teeth? And should that also repeat every morning?
It should be at 8 AM every morning.
Got it. I'll set both wake up and toothbrushing as repeating tasks for 8 times AM every morning.
The possibilities are quite endless, and feel free to explore with the capabilities of this small little robot, but it's a fun, neat little way to see what technology holds for the future. Unfortunately, I don't have any pets here in the office. It would be really cool to see how this interacts with a cat, or maybe even with a dog.
Last feature I wanted to check out was the fall detection for other people, as this sounds super useful, especially if the EBO Max is used to help and keep an eye on your elderly relatives. So I asked a colleague to simulate a fall, while the EBO Max was returning to its charging station. It didn't take long for it to detect the situation and to initiate a video call to my phone. So the fall detection worked really good, notifying me fast of the dangerous situation.
In the end, it's a cool piece of tech, and I look forward to trying to discover more of its features. Ultimately, the EBO Max is taking a massive leap forward in home security and smart home technology. It bridges the gap between a security camera, a smart assistant, and an actual companion. It brings warmth, emotional connection, and peace of mind right into your living room. But what do you guys think? Would you let a little AI helper like this roll around in your house? Or are you keeping smart tech like this strictly on the counter? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're interested in something like the EBO Max, there are going to be links down in the video description where you can check it out. As always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tech videos just like this one, and I'll see you next time.